Episode 25, 5 and 20, that's right, of the Fast Charging with BnB podcast. I am Brian.
And I'm Bear.
Yeah, he says he's Bear. He always says he's Bear. The more he says it, the less I'm inclined to believe him. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Bear. How are you? 5 and 20, that's right.
How am I?
Yeah.
You know I'm great.
Yeah, I do.
I thought you were asking them because you know how I am.
Yeah. Everybody let us know. If you can hear us in the chat, I just asked a question on a poll saying, this pointed out that my poll is goofed. I said, should we keep doing these live or pre-tape them? Yes or no? And that's not a yes or no question. So let us know what you think. Paul says it sounds good. Well, I assume he means the broadcast.
Andre fell over. Right before we started, I got up to get a drink right here. And I got up, I knocked over half the things on my desk, and somebody just told me that Andre fell over. Brian, you see him? He's laying on the dragon.
Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, look at that. Very funny. Yeah, I miss Andre.
I miss him too.
That was a loss.
Okay. I also screwed up my poll. Instead of saying which, I said would. So, everybody get on there and tell me how I can't type, and then vote for both my poll and Brian's poll, because we are contemplating doing these pre-taped. We think we can probably give you guys better quality. We think we can get more viewers. We'll have less chatting, but we need to get more viewers on these. I've got 14. What do you got, Brian?
6.
Yeah. So
big old 6. So I've got some comments. DeBooster says live is good. Hockey Day says do this love. And then he corrected it to live, which is very disappointing. Yeah, hashtag Mary Led. And Paul says you're getting into the sauce early. You know, even in Texas, we didn't really get into the sauce. I think we were too busy working.
We were.
We did have some mighty fine scotch, I am told.
Yeah, it was $26 a shot, I think. I think that's what the waitress said, which was more than I would have spent on a bottle. But
yes,
I don't have the palate for those things, so I almost wouldn't know the difference between good and bad.
Yeah. I do not care for for scotch, but that was awfully good.
Yes, it was definitely enjoyable.
Do you see gas is still high, even though it's not supposed to be?
I heard it went down to like 3 cents a gallon. Is that true or not true?
It may have gone down by 3 cents a gallon.
Yeah. But
this gas station is advertising their electric rates as well.
I think that's kind of cool. The only thing that I'm a little confused about on that is, where does the 0.9 of a cent come from? Because that's supposed to be tax.
No, that's just carryover. Because no one, even on Tesla Daily, when he looked at that, he goes, 15 cents a kilowatt hour, not bad. And I was like, oh no, my friend, you have to be smarter than the sign.
Okay, so what do you mean? What is carryover? That just sounds like something you just made up. Well,
it's just a legacy thing. They've always said 4.19 and 0.9. Gas has always been. They always throw on the extra penny and round it and make you pretend like you're supposed to be happy about it.
So when you read that 4.19, do you say it's 4.19, or do you say it's 4.20, or do you say it's 4.19 and 0.9?
I say 4.19 because with gas, that's how it's always been.
Okay.
But with 15 and 0.9, that's a substantial percentage. That's an extra 4.32-ish% of the price.
Did you do that beforehand, or did you just know that?
I know my 16ths off the top of my head.
Okay, Rain Man.
And my 12ths? Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Banking stuff.
Okay, I would have never known that. Never.
Everything's in eighths in banking. And every now and then in finance, you'd have to do 16th. So,
got it. Well, no, I don't got it, but okay.
What a useful skill.
It just came in handy right now.
What a time saver by taking extra time.
Yeah, and it is funny that you mentioned that because 9 tenths of a cent, being almost a penny, is actually a quite an increase as far as percentage wise, as
Right.
opposed to 9 tenths of a cent on 419 means nothing.
Yeah.
So
Mark Potocnik said 419. Nice. Because it is 420.
yeah, that's true.
It is true.
And JJ says
Um,
time to get rid of the 9 tenths. Shaking my head. Yeah,
it really is. It really is. Ugh. But that's big fraction for you. They got their hooks in.
that's why you need to learn fractions in school.
So another thing I've been wondering, since we're talking about legacy, is anybody from the legacy guys got anything new?
Well, the lightning's coming out, if you want to call that new.
Is this a real cover? Because it looks like I made it. Hey Elon, this is a truck. Whatever, Chris Farley's cousin. I mean, it is. It is a truck. And on the plus side, it's real. And it's out-ish. It will be any second.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the multicolor pink to gray thing though. That's a little
Well,
unusual.
that's just, yeah. That's a combination of bad lighting and bad decisions.
Yeah,
But
that really looks. He really looks like Chris Farley
yeah.
has been reborn, and because I could totally see Chris Farley in that truck saying the same thing. Hey, Elon, messy hair and everything.
Ford is about to electrify America's favorite vehicle and test Tesla's dominance. Okay, you know what? I'm calling BS because you know who led?
Mary's totally the leader on this. I don't know why Mary's not in that seat driving a Ford F-150, saying that she made that.
It is truly impossible to know. But while we're on Ford, did you see the headline that the Mustang Mach-E no longer available in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm kind of glad I got my order in because I've got my order in.
I think this story is BS.
You think so?
I think it's pulled because the 2022 model year is sold out, and they're going to transition to the 2023 model year, and they're not going to announce that until the 22s are sold.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my belief. I don't think they're reducing production. Their production numbers are still good.
I think that they don't think that they can make any more for this model year, just because of supply constraints. So that's my thought on that. Because I'll tell you, not only have they stopped taking orders on the Mach-E, they have stopped taking orders on the Bronco, and they have stopped taking orders on the Mavic, which is their new little pickup truck, which I was looking at. They've got a hybrid version of a tiny little pickup that gets 40 miles to the gallon, which is not bad for a little pickup, for a little
Right.
utility vehicle, but you cannot order those either. So there's a lot of things that they're taking off because I don't think that they have the supplies to make them, and they know that. And if they start selling something they can't make until next year, people are not going to be happy.
Yes, and I would say the Bronco and the Maverick are still really hot sellers.
Well, I think
Guys, all you have to do is make something a little bit cool in the styling, and look at that. People buy it.
kind of interesting.
I mean, people are buying everything that's available, but I guess still.
Are they buying the
Uh,
Chevy Bolt? Because JJ brings up that the Bolt is back in production.
oh, is it finally?
Yeah,
My
well, that's what
gosh,
he
what have we been
says.
talking about that since October?
Yes, yes. Since our first episode, we said, "Ah, the Bolt, they can't make them," and we started making jokes
Frustrating.
about it.
It's frustrating, apart from, and the thing is, the fires were still extremely rare, and they're just giving EVs a bad name. And they did loosen the don't park within 50 feet thing eventually once they got it figured out. Well, I mean, it was blown out of proportion, and I'm sure my contribution to that misunderstanding was inconsequential.
Oh, I doubt it. I'm sure we totally kept that fire going. We were just throwing
But
gas on it every time we could.
but Chevy does make EVs.
Yeah, and what do you think about the Silverado?
I think it looks great. I can see that it's going to get some detractors, but I think it looks good. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I like it, and I do have one of these on order also, or a reservation, whatever you want to call it. So I think they've definitely taken some new styling, make it look like an EV as opposed to the Lightning where they just kind of changed the headlights and said, "Look, it's electric." So, which also tells us that this is probably an all new design as opposed to the
Oh,
Lightning, which really wasn't.
maybe. Maybe.
I
I don't know how that works with skin. Oh, I see they have a normal size frunk rather than a power mega frunk. I don't know if that's leadership, Mary,
Oh, that's
but
definitely leadership.
but it's fine. Boy. Oh, and it folds down into the passenger space. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
there's some nice features on that.
over the short term, this will sell as many as they make. I don't know. I like it. I could see this in movies for what that's worth.
Yeah, I think if somebody put a Lightning next to the new Silverado, I think most people,
Would choose the
y-
Silverado
yes.
9 times out of, especially if you took the badges off to
Mm-hmm.
get rid of brand loyalty.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Mark says that the Bolt has 4-year financing and a price decrease. I am upset about that, Mark. I think it should not have that because that means they're losing money on it, and I don't want them to lose money. I want them to make money because you can't make huge volume when you're losing money. That is not how business works. That's a compliance car.
Yes. But maybe it saved them hundreds of millions of dollars over the years, except for when it didn't, because they had recalls.
I
So,
don't know, dude. I don't follow that end of it as much. Anybody else got anything new?
Kia, Kia. I always think it's Shio whenever I
Kia
say
Pet.
Kia.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
can't help it. It's stuck in my head forever. So they're going
Wow.
to have the EV9 coming out in the second half of next year, and I can tell you the EV6 was a cute little car. I think when they ramp that up, that will actually do fairly well against the Model Y. Uh, I mean, it's not as good as range, and it's definitely lacking some things, but it's got a beat on power. And if you like buttons, it's got a lot of buttons. But there's also rumors that the Kia is going to eventually have a pickup truck, and
Yes,
that would be interesting. Would like to see
that would
that.
be interesting. That's a whole new thing. What do you think of this render, by the way?
Uh, it's very, very, very rendered, and I don't think anything like that will be produced.
I agree. I love how all the brands are now doing the panoramic glass. That was not a thing very many years ago. And I'd heard rumors at the time, the Model 3, when it comes out, because it's so much cheaper, they're going to just do a metal roof. And I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I wonder what the price difference is as far as cost goes between the roof and the glass roof and the metal roof. I know a glass roof costs $2,064
Right,
retail.
right. But retail and production are quite
Mm-hmm.
different. Yeah, I would think it'd be vastly cheaper and easier in manufacturing to go with metal, but
Well, you have to stamp it, and then you have to weld it, and you have to
then you
paint
have to
it.
paint it.
But I still think it sounds like it would be cheaper than glass.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I hope Kia succeeds with that. Now, who else did you say was making trucks?
That other company that one that just IPO'd for like a gazillion dollars. Now they're saying that they're setting themselves up for making excuses for not producing vehicles.
Rivian CEO warns of looming electric vehicle battery shortage. How? Because you're not making very many.
That's the real big point of this is that you're not making that many. How could you be that short of batteries? I can understand Tesla being short of batteries or Ford because they have pre-sold so many cars, and they are producing a whole lot more cars. Forget about pre-sale. They have sold. They're going to build more cars than Rivian will, but they're still getting the batteries.
Right. Ford was the number 2 EV brand in the US last quarter. So if Ford can get enough batteries to make, what would that be, 70 times as many cars as you, JD. JD, did you not know you needed batteries?
RJ.
RJ. Right.
DJ.
That's, what do you do? I mean, what do you do for a living? But he's apparently quite a gifted engineer. But prototypes are easy. Production is hard.
I bring this all down to HR. It's an HR issue because they hired the wrong people for their supply chain.
So in terms of, we get a lot of heat for saying that car companies should sell direct. I still think they should. What do you think?
Oh, you know how I feel about this. I 100% think that I want to tell the Russians that dealerships are full of Nazis so that the Russians will come after all the dealerships in the U.S.
We'll invade airport Kia Hyundai.
Yeah.
This President's Day. Do you know that starting with the ID4 and 5, Volkswagen is going to be allowing online sales, sort of.
Sort of. It looks like it's leases only, and it's only in Germany, but that's a good place to start. You got to start somewhere.
Yes. And it still goes through the dealership, I'm sure.
In some ways it must, but...
Well, yeah, that's probably where you take delivery, and the dealer gets a cut on the back instead of in the haggle.
They should just get a delivery fee, because that's all they're doing is delivering the car.
Yeah. Yeah, but they need that desert protection package.
Yeah, or that Rust-Oleum that they spray on the bottom of the cars where you live, right?
I assume that's what they do here. I don't know. I've never bought that.
Okay.
I just tell them to please, for the love of God, in the name of all things holy, let me go. And they do. They just don't give me a car.
Yeah. He's like, stop adding BS on there.
Oh, God. So when I bought the car last time, I had the boys with me, and I said, okay. So we filled out the 4 squares, and I said, okay, boys, here's how it works. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write this down. Then he's going to go over there and pretend and I'm saying this in front of him.
Yeah.
He's going to go over there and pretend he's talking. He's going to come back and say, oh, we can't do it. And he's going to add it up more, even though I'm offering to pay full price for the car. Sure enough, goes over, comes back. Oh, yeah, we can't do it. I'm like, right, of course. So I go, okay, so here's what we do is we go ahead and take out a trade. They offered me $100 for my trade, which I drove there, it's okay. We'll take the trade out and, we'll do, and then I'm going to ask them to waive this fee, and they're going to say no, and I'm going to get up and leave. And he goes over and he goes, yeah, we can't do it. I'm like, all right, well, take care. And we walk out the door, and I go, and they're going to follow me out the door. And they followed me out the door. He goes, well, we can't waive that, but I'll give you 2 tanks of gas. It's like, why are we doing this? I'm narrating what you clowns are doing. Stop doing it.
Yeah, and it's the same thing all over the country. And that's called the Foursquare, by the way.
Yeah.
It's literally called the Foursquare form.
Yeah. I bought my previous vehicle I went in and I said, oh, please don't make me do it. Please don't make me do it. I'll tell you the price. You just tell me if you'll do it and I'll buy it. Nope, we have to. I go, okay, here's the price. And that is, by the way, my final offer. He goes, okay. Comes back, can't do it. I'm like, all right, take care. And I get up and I just literally left, drove home. They called me. What happened? I go, I told you the price. Do you want to do that price? Yeah, we'll do the price. You go, great. Now you got to send a salesman to come pick me up because you're an idiot.
Oh, I've got so many dealership stories.
Oh, you got current ones.
Yeah, I've got ones just recent, like within a week, I think. I walked out on, I don't know if I even told you this one yet, but the last truck I bought, which was 8-9 days ago, we got into the finance office and they're going over the numbers and he's got $499 for a security alarm. And I was like, I don't remember seeing that before. The guy went through the numbers and he did not say that. I didn't have my my old man glasses. And he's like, oh, well, it's on there. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm like, well, you can. I'm not paying $499 for a security system, which I don't need. I'm going to GPS track my vehicles, and I have no use for that. Well, there's nothing I can do. I'm like, all right, well, you go find someone that can. And then I left.
Yeah.
I walked out.
Take care, guys.
I'll be waiting in the parking lot. Yeah, I'll give you a couple minutes. But I literally told him, if you can't do it, find someone who can. Bye. And
So dumb.
okay, I can take that off. $500 for, and it wasn't even a security system. It wasn't a security system. It was an insurance policy, which said that if my car was stolen, wasn't recovered in 30 days, they give me $5,000. And I'm running this through my head going, I know that you cannot legally sell or require someone to pay for an insurance policy to buy a car. They cannot legally, at least in Arizona, you cannot do that. And it's like, I'm like, can you show me what exactly I'm buying, what the security system is? He goes, well, you see this sticker? He takes me over to the car. See a sticker? Underneath there, they engraved a number underneath that onto the car. I'm like, take your sticker off. I have no use for it.
Yeah. Well, when you said 500, I knew it had to be worthless because 500 is the markup they expect to keep.
Mm-hmm.
Not, they don't sell anything for $500. It's got to be. Paul, I did fix the echo. I just noticed that I still had a 200 millisecond delay from when I used the fancier camera. I apologize for that. The car dealerships, they're providing no benefit at all. So
4Q in my chat said, if you're upside down, which do you want, glass or metal? From the safety tests that I've seen between the glass and the metal is that the glass actually holds up better because it absorbs the shock and the impact of an accident better than the metal does. So there's actually a safety thing in that. I don't know the whole details of it, but I saw something on it and I was pretty amazed to see that. It was like the side impact where there was less bending of the metal. And because that is double layered, triple laminated glass, it doesn't shatter and it does hold into place.
And also, EVs are extremely difficult to capsize.
That is true. That is true. All right. And 4Q, let's just finish this up with 4Q says, always just email the internet sales department, tell them what you'll pay and not to bother contacting you unless they'll do it. Never go there.
If only.
Yeah, if only that really did work, because I have done that left and right over the last 2 months, emailing the internet people. I have text messages from different guys saying I will pay this price for this car, MSRP plus your tax title and license. You have a buyer at that. Will you sell me this car? No, I'm sorry. We have to add $10,000 on it because the supply and the demand. I'm like, it's not the demand, it's the supply.
Worse. They say, yes, Bear, we will take that deal. Come in now. And then what happens?
And I had that happen one time in the past few months. And that got me really, really irritated. And that's why I do not own an EV6 at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
I'm
yapping.
At least those qualify for the federal rebate.
Yes, they do. And there are still some cars out there. And we found a current article on who qualifies and who doesn't. I think we all know that Tesla does not. And
Chevy doesn't.
GM. No, not Chevy.
All of GM. That's right.
Yeah, all of GM. They are out. And we heard, I believe last week, we were talking about Toyota is just about out, aren't they?
Oh, they're going to start phasing out, huh?
Yes. We talked about that, didn't we?
I don't remember.
Were you awake last week?
Me? No, I just flew in.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right.
Were my cloaca tired. So let's see here. There we go. There's the list. Yeah, everything is still looking good. Ford is also going to be starting their phase out this year. And remember, once they hit the limit, they have the rest of that quarter. Then they go to, I think, 37.5 for the next quarter.
Something like that. So how close are they on their limit?
I don't call, but Ford will absolutely hit it this year.
Yeah, well, let them hit it the day after I get my Mach-E.
Right. Right. All right, I will do that.
All right, since you're in charge of that.
I am in charge of that.
Lucid is on there.
Yeah. Well, they're brand new. They haven't made $250,000.
They haven't. I'll be nice.
I will be nice as well.
Yes.
But I have some bad news about Tesla.
Oh yeah, I heard this is a fact.
Yes. BMW says Tesla's electric vehicle dominance is over.
And then they mumbled. No, they mumbled under their breath. In 20 years.
Yeah, there's that German sense of humor.
Yeah.
Once again, they missed April 1st, but at least they got their jokes in. They have ambitious plans for electric vehicles, projecting that at least one of every 2 sales will be, by 2030, will be fully electric. I don't believe that they will get to 50% of their fleet in 8-9 years.
Unless they stop making ICE vehicles. Maybe that's how they're going to do it.
Yeah, maybe that's how they'll do it. They'll shrink their sales to 50,000 a year. Oh, wow.
You know,
that would be...
A comment like this is equivalent to me saying, next year, I'm going to be a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Yeah, I'm... pick your celebrity. That's who I'm going to be dating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's who it is.
And his or her sister.
Right.
Well, let's go crazy here.
Yeah, if you're gonna, we're already there. Might as well live it up.
Yeah. So BMW thinks that they're going to do this with the i4 Fastback. It's not a bad looking car. The range is just a little shy of where the Model Y is. I don't know how it is on the inside as far as luxury. It's slower than a Model Y. So it's not quite there yet, and the price is very similar.
Yeah. Some people will still think BMW is a premium version. It is.
I'm losing you on the signal, by the way. Unless you're pretending to be frozen.
I am pretending to be frozen. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that hiccup kind of brought you back.
Yeah, that's how that's how lazy the simulation is.
It's getting there.
So yeah, Germany. Do you know that Tesla Giga Berlin is now producing 350 Model Ys a week?
And I think that is actually pretty good.
Oh, you do?
I do. Because, well, first of all, by the end of this month, April, we're talking 12 days, they're going to be at 1,000. That's ramping up. Yeah. And from somewhere else, I don't know if it was in this article or somewhere else, but I read that they plan to be at close to 5,000 by the end of the year.
The problem is the battery packs are coming from Shanghai, and Shanghai's been closed for 3 weeks, which is a problem. But my thought is 350 is very good, because I'm comparing it to what Shanghai was doing when they ramped. And considering that Berlin had all that time to get tooled before they got their permits approved, I expected a hotter ramp than this. It will revise my 11-year tracker again.
Oh, geez. That's why you're upset?
No. My 11-year tracker, you have to be not just a fan, but a patron, and not just a patron, but a $10 and up patron. And those guys are realists. They're not fanboys. They accept bad news because it helps them better understand their investment position. Berlin.
I think for the first couple of weeks, 350 Model Ys, get them straight. Make sure you've got the quality in them, and then ramp up. It's not just about the numbers.
Batteries from Shanghai still not coming.
Batteries
not even open.
Batteries.
But there's some good news out of Shanghai.
I heard they opened up a new prison.
Prison. It's a happy fun camp. It's a closed loop, Bear. Like the cooling systems they use with the mega castings. Closed loop. You get food. We feed you. We let you sleep in the factory. And Yeah, I mean, what's not to like? Back to
Sleep
the salt mines.
sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag, a concrete floor, more than likely. Do they get a pillow? They didn't mention a pillow.
They get a well, they get a mattress, and I imagine they get to borrow headrests. I
they get
imagine they don't get to borrow headrests.
they get to use the guy is next to him, use his leg as your headrest, and then they just kind of
Yeah,
make a pattern.
yeah, sleep in a square.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'll tell you, if it's a choice between being trapped in your home and not having food versus being at work, I'd go to work.
No, to be honest with
I'd
you,
work.
I if I had a job like that where I had to go
Mhm.
somewhere, I would probably go to work and try and make some cars because one if you're working there, you obviously need a paycheck. You have to support your family or your drug addiction, whatever you need money for. So
Yeah,
going into work is probably something that you want to stay normal. You don't want to be locked in your house. And I believe the Chinese people have spent a lot of time locked up over the last 2 years with that C word thing. So I would get it. I would go, despite the
I
fact
would.
that I'm calling it a prison.
Chelsea says Elon sleeps at work all the time.
His couch is nicer.
And Paul says it's like the cyber rodeo, but without the music.
Well, maybe there is music. They did mention entertainment.
Hmm. Yes, but in China, work is entertainment.
Yes. I, yeah.
A little bit different.
So
So
speaking
I
of
had to
crazy
bring,
things, you got anything crazy?
yeah, I had to bring this up. Ark Invests price target for 2026, $4,600 a share for Tesla. Ark Invest's model is crazy. And Kathy Wood famously was right about Tesla's price targets, but she was accidentally right. Her model was still wrong. Her model was saying they're going to hit, 2,500 a share, this pre-split, because of FSD and Robotaxi, which haven't happened. Their model, which you can download, which you can see, it's on GitHub, is dumb. It says there are scenarios in it that say, well, in 4 years, they might be selling 3 million cars, or they might be selling 103 million cars in 3 years. That is textbook. Get that out of your model. Get that out. That's not, what are you doing? So, Ark Invest, I am a shareholder, clearly not shilling for them.
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was that an endorsement? Was that a ringing endorsement?
Um, no, I'm going to go with negative.
No. Negatory good buddy. It is, yeah, pretty silly.
But
By the way, we are simulcasting on Bears Workshop and My Tesla Live. We got technology, man. We're making it extra complicated for no good reason. It's flipped on my channel because that's Discord for you. But yeah, boy, I had so much fun at the meet and greet.
did you? How much fun did you have?
I was famous for a day. You were famous for a day.
I was like less famous though, because it wasn't like a Nikola gangbang thing. It was a Tesla gangbang thing.
I don't remember if it was JJ. I think it was JJ who said we should do a Nicola con.
He did mention something about earlier in the chat a Nikola tuber beat up soon.
Yeah. Um, the problem with that is if Nicola would get behind it, it could happen. They will not get behind it.
No, I don't. I don't think that they have a need to. They're more focused on talking to their investors and
Yeah.
not so much
Yeah. Not so
fanboys.
much the people who make the investors invest in the first damn place.
Well, when I say investors, I mean like the big time investors, the people
Right.
who are going to be investing by buying the vehicles. They
Oh,
are
I see.
yeah. They need to really get with those people to be selling these trucks. And I've just heard that there's some things coming out soon, but I don't know what. But there's a lot of good behind the scenes things going on. So I'm hoping to see something like that, some results from that. But speaking of results, and we're still talking about Tesla, what are you thinking?
Quarterly earnings. Yeah. Here's what to expect. Good numbers. Good numbers is what to expect.
How much of an effect of Shanghai being closed do you think we'll see in this?
In this, very little. It was only like the last 5 days of the quarter.
Yeah,
so very
but
little.
How many cars is that?
5,000.
Yeah.
A little over. But we already know the production number for last month. We're just looking at the money. So
it all comes down to how much they spent.
Yeah. And I think Wall Street is awfully good at getting these numbers right. So I probably will live stream this tomorrow. I don't know why. I don't know if anyone will be here. But if not, great. Make it a very exclusive event with just, right now I've got 16 viewers.
Ooh, I'm kicking your hiney. I got 23. But literally when you started that sentence, I was at 18. So I don't really know what happened. Because when you started the sentence, I looked.
It was my hubris, Bear. I flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, please don't put your hubris in my face again.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's fair. When we started, it felt like we had 500 links, and we're kind of getting close to it with quite a bit of time to go.
Wow, we are just blowing through these. Maybe I should
scream.
Maybe you could tell about 100 more dealership stories.
Oh, I'd rather not. PG&E, Tesla's Megapack battery in California, now operational.
So this is something that would show up on the energy section in Tesla's earnings.
That's right.
And I don't know how much of this was paid for as they went along, but these are the things that is going to make Tesla that $100 trillion company one day, is having the battery packs like this. And now we know where all the batteries are going, by the way. To California.
Yeah. So as I understand it, these systems are paid for up front, and then there is a mandatory management fee you pay, which is something like the equivalent of $50,000 a year per megapack. And this is 256 megapacks.
256
so
megapacks.
Yeah, not much. What is that? $12 million or something? But
that's like a subscription service.
I totally need to cancel my Megapack subscription. It's $12 million that comes out each month, and I'm like, oh, I should have canceled that.
It was supposed to be on that other card, and I screwed up now.
Real quick, for the earnings tomorrow, MD Hofsty said he will be here on my channel. And Matt, I did want to talk to you about that, because Matt always runs them numbers, and I didn't get a chance to look at them yet, so I will do that later today. But let's talk, Matt. Just not right now.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, these Megapacks are built in a dedicated factory in, I want to say, Lathrop, California. A new big building that they just commissioned that just builds Megapacks. Oh, you know what? They didn't come out of there. They came out of Giga, Nevada. They will be coming out of the Lathrop facility. I saw those in drone footage.
No, I thought they were all made out of Nevada, and I didn't know that they were switching. Why the switch?
Just for Megapacks, yeah. How many of the Giga Texas drone videos do you think I watch?
All of them? Twice?
That is historically accurate. How many do you think I've watched since I've been back?
Nothing.
I've only watched like 2 because I had to make the video for Best in Tesla. It's just too painful still.
Yeah, it's there is a lack of seeing anything that's extremely new or anything. And yeah, I have watched a couple, but I've watched a lot less. And it's not because of Jeff or Joe, but I'm kind of skimming through them a lot quicker. and going, oh, I was over there, and that's where I had to go to the bathroom, and that's where I couldn't go, and that's where like the drone show was, but I couldn't see it from where I was herded over to. So yeah, it is kind of still painful, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
I'm gonna have to go talk to someone. I think I got PTSD.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're doing great on time. 18 more minutes.
All right. All right. So real quick, I just want to throw this out here, and you're getting choppy anyway. I'm in Arizona. It's getting hot. It's time for me to put on the AC unit. If you guys can hear this in the background, please let me know. I've been told by someone that they can hear it. What is that? 53 degrees?
I'm turning on my heat.
You turn on your heat. Okay.
That's why we need a cooling loop betwixt here and there, Bear.
You send me your cold air, and I'll send you my hot air?
Yeah.
I figured I was sending you my hot air over the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely capture that.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Tritium, what's this about?
Tritium is a company that makes charging stations. And they have entered into a contract with BP, BP of the big oil BP. And BP is going to be transitioning to energy that is a little less toxic and will actually be around in 100 years. So they're seeing the need to shift to zero carbon and something that's sustainable. And they have ordered around 1,000 chargers from Tritium. Tritium also makes the charging stations for the Nikola trailers, the mobile charging stations. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I know that name. Those are them guys that are working with Nikola. So that's real big for Tritium, and I believe Tritium stock did real well today. I don't know what it ended up as. I did not look because I do not know the symbol, but I can take a look, which means you're going to get blacked out of my screen for a second.
Doesn't bother me. Worse things have happened to me recently.
Well, I heard that the stock went up, but it doesn't really look like it did.
And a lot of times these things are temporary, and you may have heard about it as it was happening before it unhappened.
Yeah.
But this is good. We just need the infrastructure, and it's time. And the fact that you can get BP on board with it, make it happen.
Yeah, so that's good news for the people at Tritium, because that's like somebody got the mother load on that one. But
oh yeah, Dave is definitely getting a bonus this month.
Yeah, he sure is. Well, I'm happy for him. So since we're on Nikola, and JJ is still here. Oh, by the way, JJ wants to know how many Nikola drone videos have you watched?
Oh, I probably catch every third or fourth one. I did not catch the one that you just made that shows the solar going in, which is a beautiful.
Yes. So we've got this is just a screenshot from one of our flyovers, and you can see that they're getting all the framework laid out for the solar panels. And I did get some information on those solar panels that I'm going to share with you once I bring it back in front of my face. So I don't know how many panels, but I know that we're looking at around a little over 740 kilowatts of solar panels, which is a pretty substantial amount. And it's being done by AFC Solar, and they are the companies that are doing this. They used to be part of, or I think they absorbed another solar company, and that name of that company was BYO Solar. And there were some trucks out there that said BYO Solar, but I think that they are now combined or something like that. I would have to reread my notes on this.
And having shade for your parking that's also generating electricity in Arizona, perfect.
Yeah, covered parking is definitely a benefit at a job. I've worked numerous jobs in Arizona where I did not have covered parking, and when you get out to your car, you're talking about 150 to 160 degrees inside your car. You cannot touch your steering wheel. It's not a joke. You touch your steering wheel, you're getting burned. I have burned myself on my car before on the outside.
It's way beyond frying an egg. It's broiling a steak at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love how they changed their name from Bring Your Own Solar to Solar AF. Guys, come on. Lazy simulation.
Yeah.
Simulation.
That is kind of funny. But that's not what it says, so.
No. So, yeah, that's... And I don't know why they're not... They may do rooftop later, but I don't think so because of all the highlights.
I think there is no plans for the rooftop.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's what I've heard. So, nothing planned up there, so I don't think that's going to happen. But that is a lot of solar right there. 743 kilowatts. But a factory could actually use that literally in an hour. So.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of people were saying. They asked me to track if the solar panels on the roof of Giga Texas is going to be enough to power it. So I, of course, made a video. I crunched the numbers. I counted it up. And no, it's about 10% of the factory's consumption. So how can that be? IKEA can cover 100% of their power needs. Well, you know. First of all, Kia's not open 24 hours, and they don't have massive, heavy equipment that is a tremendous power drain.
You're absolutely right. And when I found out about this, I'd asked if there was a battery for this, and there is no battery backup. And when you think about it, there's no need for it because you really can't generate, except for
in excess.
Yeah, except for if they're not working on the weekends, but the amount of money that it's going to cost to have the battery packs to store that energy, it's not worth it because you just can't save enough of it. So yeah, they're going to go through everything that they're producing right when it's produced.
Yep. It's as a percentage, it's a very small percentage. Real quick, why don't we jump over the chat? I did want to say hello back to Wendelin, who's here. Wendelin, who made our swag for the event, designed it. It was awesome. A lot of people really enjoyed. I would walk around and hand them out. People would say, "What's this?" And I'd say, "It's stuff." People like stuff.
Even if it's worthless stuff, they love it.
Oh yeah.
But when it's quality stuff, even better.
My kids when they go to the fair and there's like booths with they'll take the free little frisbees that don't fly. I'm like, please stop collecting these. These are essentially coasters that don't hold water.
Yeah, it's kind of like the toy and the Happy Meal. There's 400 of them in my house, and I step on every one every time I go in.
Helpful. Let's see. Did you know that Elon believes that the best mobile connector is no mobile connector?
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. I think there's two possibilities here. Either they're trying to make a quick buck, which I don't actually think, or they just don't have enough of them. I think there's a supply issue with them.
I think it's a few different things. I think it could definitely, if it is a supply issue, that's a clever approach. It's definitely trying to make a quick buck because they're very good at doing that all the time. If people will pay it, they will charge it. Matt says it's for saving money, but I do agree that, a lot of, you will have 3 Teslas and 3 mobile connectors. Do you need 3 mobile connectors?
Yes. You don't need them, but it really could be helpful. We've got 2 Teslas. We have one connector. Okay, because we bought one used and it didn't come with one, so we were down one. It is actually plugged into the 150 amp that I have, because I do not have a second one. But if if I had to, I would install a second 50 amp line, and that way I could charge them at night together, because we do play the cable shuffle, and the cable shuffle can be a bit of a pain in the butt when one person pulls your cable out when they think you're charged but you're not, and they go to charge their car. It becomes an issue, and having options would be nice. That being said, I've got my cable, and I actually have two now, because I got one donated to me. So,
well, you think I know you say, well, I need to have them just in case, but this from the guy who doesn't even have spare tires.
yeah.
For those unaware, Tesla does not ship with a spare tire.
I'm surprised they don't give you a
Because
bottle
the best spare
Fix-A-Flat.
tire is no spare tire.
Yes. There's no room for it. Now, with doing Toro, I would like to have one of those cables in each one of the cars.
Yeah.
But I also heard that these cables are not available. They are out of stock. So if the ultimate motivation is to go, hey guys, buy more, but we don't have any, that kind of tells me that they don't have any.
Yeah. So John says, as a car owner, I hate this. As a shareholder, I'm okay with it. To which Paul says, good in a pinch. I've used mine twice in 4 years, but man, was it handy. So yeah, and you know, when iPhone stopped shipping with chargers, it, the world didn't end. And when my 18-year-old got an iPhone 10 for his birthday, because I love him very much, and I'm saying that knowing that he's not watching this, so I could say anything. So of course we had to go to Best Buy yesterday and buy a dongle so his headphones work.
Yeah, you got a dongle. I want to say thank you to Mopar Den for the super chat. I appreciate that. He says, Bear, I continue to appreciate the insights you share through video and commentary. Always informative. And
I strongly disagree with that.
Yeah, well,
I like Tesla Den, but that is
Mopar Den.
I mean, that's
Mopar.
That's just, Mopar Den. Right. Crazy talk.
Yeah. Well, did you get a super chat from him? No.
That's right. I do not have super chats
because
on my channel.
Because you are not monetized, because you don't have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. So please, if there's anyone still watching, please go ahead and head over to Brian's channel and subscribe. Help the guy out. Give the guy a break.
Yeah. And so today, by the way, I mean, we're kind of down. Today, by the way, I published the 4.5-hour full version of TeslaCon, which was, that was a painful one. 22 gigs to upload it. That was.
Hey, Brian, are you talking choppy, or is your feed actually choppy?
It's got to be the feed, because I think I was talking normal. But
okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I am kind of stuttering a bit there, huh? So yeah, I uploaded the 4.5-hour version of TeslaCon, which was interesting. I gotta say, it was a lot better live. There were some speakers who I could watch over and over, like Sandy and Jordan, but there was some speakers who once was quite enough. Specifically, anyone. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I like all these people. Just some of them are not people I would necessarily want to put on my lineup of my dream team.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm gonna change the subject before you say something you shouldn't. Yeah. Funny comment on my channel. Brian needs Starlink.
I have Starlink. It is the problem. And by the way, with Starlink, the best customer service is no customer service. I have tried to reach them, and so the first time they just closed my ticket and said congratulations. And when I responded saying this is ridiculous, their response the second time was, all right, 1 month of credit, $110 back. And I'm like, I mean, thank you. I do like $110 back. I would also like a connection that doesn't take 5.5 hours to upload my 22 gigs.
Yeah. So, and that's why that is a funny comment. So,
Um, Hockey Day asked, Warren? No, not Warren. By the way, I always watch Warren. Not always, but I usually watch Warren. And live, I thought he was way better than on his channel. But he is abrasive. And he's blocked me on Twitter because apparently last week I was talking S about him on my channel. So I don't know.
Did I not just tell you not to do this?
Well, but no, I'm undoing it. I'm saying I like Warren. I don't know what his deal is, but it turns out he beefs with everybody. It's his jam, and it works. It's as his YouTube persona. It's just how we do. So I don't know. If maybe he'll come around, maybe he won't. But it's not like he and I are in a position to like make each other's careers or anything. But
I think you should do like that single combat thing.
Oh yeah. I also think that's a terrible idea. Yeah. We did have one more story and a few minutes to cover it.
I would totally root for Warren.
He's got the wingspan, I think.
It's not that
over
tall.
Me anyway.
Well, over you, yeah. He's He's not short. He's not tall. He's just average height.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I, of course, am average height for an Asian woman. New York enacts first in nation.
Who's 12 years old? Who's 12 years old?
Who's 12 years old? Who hasn't quite hit puberty. New York enacts first in nation plan to electrify all state school buses.
Yeah,
that would be great. How many school buses is that? Do you know?
It's got to be, I'm guessing 20,000. But
it's not in this one, but it's 50,000.
Oh, is it?
50,000.
Okay, if you scroll to the bottom, it says here that they come with graffiti already on them.
Does it really?
Yeah, comes with graffiti and ashtrays, and some other things that you don't want.
And a first aid kit.
A stripper pole, because they know that most of their students are going to end up there. on either side of it.
Right. So, I don't know.
I can keep going. You want me to keep going?
School buses, no. No. School buses to me seem perfect for it because their routes are very short. Their times of use are very predictable. Their stop and go, they're perfect for electrification.
I agree. But do these come with like a homeless tent in it?
I don't know. I can check. Paul says, I look 6'1" on the live stream. That's what I should do is just be tall. I also don't look morbidly obese on the live stream. So that's cool.
Oh, maybe next week we will disclose our BMIs.
Oh, no. Oh, what fun. Well, it's 5 o'clock. Anything else you want to talk about before we go?
Jeez,
I mean, we can certainly thank our...
I don't remember. Was there anything else?
I don't know. We just haven't chatted as much this week. We chatted so much because Bear and I stayed at an Airbnb together with Larry, the channel fan Larry, who was pretty awesome. I was mentioning how on YouTube they randomly suggested a video to me of a guy unstucking an excavator that was up to its cabin windows in mud. And so Larry sent me a text yesterday going, "You sent me down a rabbit hole."
Yeah, I've seen that video also. I think that everyone has.
Well, the thing is, I was like, why is this suggested? And the answer is because YouTube knows if it puts it in front of you, you're going to click it and you're going to watch all 22 minutes of this guy. It's just weird. It's hard to tear your eyes off. He's just unstucking an excavator.
Yeah, in theory, that shouldn't be that interesting. But I think all it is like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it?
Is it going to start? Oh, it started. Paul wanted to issue a correction. It is not 5 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock where Paul is.
So he is somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean?
Maybe he's in Hawaii.
He's where?
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Oh, no. Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
It's later on the East Coast. So he would be, where is he? New Brunswick? I don't know. Quebec? Where are you, Paul?
Did I say Pacific Ocean or Atlantic Ocean?
I don't remember.
I thought I said Atlantic.
Maybe you did, but I heard Pacific, and that's all that matters to me.
Oh, well, we got this on videotape, so if I'm wrong, I'm busted.
No. Oh, no, he's going to go to the tape. He's going to run it.
Let's see. I missed Mopar Den's question.
Oh.
Let's see. See, Elon is interested in acquisitions of late. What is the possibility that he, through Tesla, purchased Panasonic since they already have a significant supply agreement for batteries? I think that would be pretty expensive to purchase Panasonic.
Prohibitive, and it would get them into lines of business that they are not interested in. If anything, they would be more likely to buy Panasonic, take the battery division, and then sell Panasonic.
So,
but I just
you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
So it turns out I was right. New Brunswick.
Oh. Well, how do you like that?
Weird. That's weird. Paul must have said that in the past. There's no way that came out of my head.
Maybe that's from you stalking him.
Oh, that's it.
Don't you stalk all your followers?
That sounds exhausting.
Yeah. I could. I only have 6.
It was neat. At the meet and greet, Bear got to be famous. People would walk up to him and be like, I watch you. And he's like, huh, here of all places. Okay. But just like the excavator videos, there are people who can't help but watch construction.
Someone's going to make a train wreck comment.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was me.
All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe to Bear's channel, subscribe to my channel. You made it this far. That's the least you can do is show your appreciation by leaving a comment. I don't know. Give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down because it's YouTube and they both count the same.
So give it a thumb. Give it a thumb.
Yeah. So, I think that's about it. Bear, I want to thank you for your time. Appreciate hanging out with you.
Well, Brian, I'm glad you made it because I was ready to do this one by myself today because I heard you overslept a little bit. But I'm glad that you did make it. I want to thank everyone who did make it on my channel and even Brian's channel. I want to thank my Patreons for their support. I appreciate that. That helps us keep the channel going. And if you haven't subscribed to either one of us and you just somehow landed here by some odd chance, go ahead, subscribe to both of us. We both appreciate it. And we'll send you $1 million. Just kidding. JK.
Not even Zimbabwean dollars.
Yeah. We'll send you $1 million of something. Here's 1 million molecules. All right. Well, thanks for being here, guys. I do appreciate it.